Yeah, I know. You already know the title. You already know what it is. I'm going to be talking about the Rick and Morty anime. And of course, why am I talking about this anime when everyone that's a Rick and Morty fan has completely forgotten about this show? Well, there is a little bit of context to why I want to talk about this show because I think we can all agree, and many myself last year can say that this anime per se is considered to be the worst anime of 2024 and probably possibly of the decade. But I kind of want to leave this as a bit of a standalone video because one, for many who have paid attention to my videos up until this point, that has seen all my past best, trashiest, and worst animes of a given year from starting from 2020 up into 2023, I have said in numerous videos where I was going to do a redux list of my best and my worst and my trashiest animes of 2024. So, and the reason for that is I started off this channel with just basically those two videos, and if you look back at my channel, the video quality, the audio, and my explain wasn't really up to par. The audio was also really cut crisp and dry. It looks really fucked up and not really up to code to what it is now. I mean, the audio here is hopefully fine, obviously. But point is, I wanted to do a redux of my best, worst, and trashiest animes of 2024 before I get into obviously this year. And I'm hoping to drop those videos pretty soon, but until then, I wanted to mention this Rick and Morty anime, which again, I think needs no introduction at this point. This is without a doubt the worst anime, as I mentioned, as I said, of 2024. But simultaneously, this was a show that no one knew even existed. No one knew why this show was created in the first place because everything that has been said about the Rick and Morty anime, what can truly be said about it at this point? It has some of the worst art style imaginable, some of the worst God knows dialogue imaginable. The story, the premise is so disjointed, so fragmented that, as many people have even pointed out, it is just hard to sit through. And believe me, I can't even sit through this show all the way through because for someone to have to, for someone that like Charlie, for example, that watched the show up until episode 5 and then dropped it, I was only able to watch like 2, 3 episodes of the show. And after that, I could only watch clips of the show from that point forward because it was that hard and unbearable to sit through. And admittedly, I will say that if there's only one compliment, just one tiny smidge compliment I can get out of the way for the Rick and Morty anime, is the opening theme song is actually pretty good. It's actually bumping, but it doesn't excuse the fact that like the opening animation that opens up the Rick and Morty anime title card is so goddamn terrible. It is gross. Like I'll show you some images in a bit. Like you can just Google search this bitch, and I can tell you that it is ridiculously hard to like look at 90% of the time. So again, be prepared for the jump scare in three, two, one. Let's go. Images. Boom. Yeah, this is pretty goddamn awful. Like you can click on any of these images right now if you search up the Rick and Morty anime through Google Images, and it is bad. The art style is so damn janky. It looks cheap. It looks super cut thin. I even remember like in the very beginning of this show where there's like certain moments where there's like a random black screen that pops up, and it pops up like not once but twice within that first episode alone. And I actually heard that it happens throughout the entire show itself. But looking up like any image, click on any image that you see right here on my screen right now. It is absolutely terrible. It is garbage, and it is just like whoever made this show clearly did not watch Rick and Morty. They clearly was seeing this like, oh yeah, I want to make a Rick and Morty anime, but just taking like popular TikTok speed run shorts and just making it into an anime. That's what it felt like with this show all the time. And the best way Charlie even put it with this show is that it feels like you're in a dream and you're trying to recapture and recollect what happened in that dream, but you can't really pinpoint what happened. It sucks. It's terrible. And I know I could dive into like at least the 3 episodes I watch, but the thing about this show that is so damn terrible, so damn special, is that I can't even recollect what the fuck happened in the show. Normally, when we have bad animes like Platinum End or Promised Neverland Season 2, for example, I can instantly be able to recollect why that show is super bad and super dog shit. With this Rick and Morty anime, it pulled the impossible where even though I do remember watching the show, I cannot remember a single fucking thing that happened in the show because everything happened so fast, it's so disjointed, and a lot of it just makes no goddamn sense whatsoever. And what's funny about this whole thing overall is that because of how dog shit this Rick and Morty anime was, it actually got me inspired. Yes, it got me inspired to actually watch and finally give a shot the Rick and Morty TV show that has been long running and is still ongoing to this day. And I can confidently say that after watching every season up until the most recent one. I haven't watched the newest one that came out this year, I've heard, but I might be in the loop. But either way, I watch all of Rick and Morty more or less up until this point, and I can tell you that like the Rick and Morty show itself is really good. It's really funny. It's definitely out there. And now after watching this show, going back to the Rick and Morty anime, it's like, man, I really do confidently believe that whoever made this Rick and Morty anime show clearly did not watch Rick and Morty. Clearly was under the assumption, oh yeah, I'm just gonna take all the popular, big, holy shit viral clips from YouTube, Instagram, whatever, and just make an anime out of it. And on top of it, like it's trying to be like unique and cool and like super out there. Like it's trying to be like Neon Genesis Evangelion esque, but it's failing on all fronts. Like I don't know who this Rick and Morty anime was made for, but it's pretty damn obvious that like someone created this for the sake of pissing off the Rick and Morty fan base, pissing off the anime fan base, just pissing off every fan base out there. Because this show, in general, the Rick and Morty anime, mind you, is going to just piss off a lot of people. And I'm honestly surprised that this show even got greenlit in the first place because, personally, who the hell is going to watch this show? At the end of the day, people would rather just watch the OG Rick and Morty from everyone knows and loves up to this point, not this shitty one dimensional anime that's out and about right now. And rightfully so, because now that it's been about a year since the Rick and Morty anime has come and is gone, it is safe to say that this show has been buried 6 feet underground and is never going to see the light of day. And to finalize this once and for all, in my worst animes of 2024 video that I started this whole channel with, I did give this bad boy the number one spot. But now, looking at my worst animes of 2024 video that I started off with, and just everything in general, I think this should be like a huge standalone honorable mention because at the end of the day, I don't see this show as an actual anime. I see this as someone's weird ass fan art that they felt so miserably at, which is why I don't think this is deserving of my number one spot now. It's definitely the worst anime of 2024, don't get me wrong, but I think there are much more terrible, shittier shows that I would like to shout out that should be at the number one spot, that should be on my worst animes of 2024 list, if that makes sense. So yeah, just wanted to talk about the Rick and Morty anime and talk about why I'm doing this, more or less. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. I'll see you on the next one. Later.